Who knew Rogue's Comaletti would be this awesome? Captain Marvel. Not to be confused with the other Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, aka I haven't seen that movie yet. I've only seen this one. Let's first talk about the cast. Once again, Sam Jackson and I can't believe I'm blanking. The guy who plays Phil Coulson kill it as Sam Jackson's character, Nick Fury, and, of course, Phil Coulson. They're younger. They're less, what's the word? Battle-scarred. Both on the outside and the inside. And honestly, I felt like I was looking at younger versions of the actors. There was no Uncanny Valley. Brie Larson as the titular character. She was painfully human. You could tell that the life she was living felt hollow to her, and she was visibly pained by the lack of more in her life. And we see her slowly transform from just another super soldier to a human. She forcibly takes back her humanity, and it's very effective. As for Ben Mendelsohn as one of the characters, I'm not going to say who, but I will say this. Once again, he takes a fairly standard cut-and-paste character and gives him charisma, personality. He makes you care about him. He's just an all-around good actor. I'm glad he's in this franchise. I hope we see more of him and his character again. You'll know him when you see him and hear him. As for the rest of the cast, they add flavor to an already sweet and savory dish. And yes, I just ate. Now for the overall story. It's a pretty standard origin story. We get dropped right into the hero's lap, and then she gets dropped into Earth's lap. And as we find stuff out, it's kind of fitting that she's fighting shapeshifters. That's no secret. I will say this, though, that fact that she's fighting shapeshifters makes the fact that nothing is as it seems very poignant for this film. I liked where they went with it. And overall, the story had a nice flow. It had a beginning that felt like the middle. It had a middle that felt like a middle. And it had an end that sort of just ended, but on a high note. As for the effects, very, very well done makeup and costumes that were not post-production jobs. CGI that was very crisp. It made me believe that something that wasn't there was there. And any CG effects done on faces all but erased the Uncanny Valley. It was that good. And it's what I expect from Marvel. There was one scene involving a cat who by far was the best character of the whole film. But this one bit with the cat was a little maybe in need of a bit of polish. But other than that, the CGI was, top quality. As for the action, it's pretty standard epicness for Marvel. And as a setup for Infinity War 2, it was awesome. As a standalone superhero film, it was okay. Not awesome, but not bad. Definitely worth the watch. Let's see, what else? I don't want to spoil anything. There was one slight what the heck moment, but I don't want to get too into it, but you'll know it when you see it. It just wasn't what you'd expected. And you go back into some of the dialogue from earlier films mentally, and you think, that's what he was talking about? What? And let's just say that was a huge twist that I didn't really need to have happen, but I guess if you wanted it in there, it's in there. But for the most part, this was a satisfying film to watch. Maybe not in 3D, because you don't really need it in 3D. I think 3D is finally going to go back to sleep for another couple of decades, because I think we've wrung all we can out of it. Bottom line, if you're a fan, see the film. If you're not a fan, see it anyway, because why not? It's at least worth one look. You'll be surprised at what you see. This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, it may have taken Marvel Comics or Marvel Studios this long to make a female protagonist, but what are you going to do? You can't rush perfection. Or at least, you can't rush a good art piece.